Hi, everybody. It's Tamara from Moogly, and we are now officially live, I hope. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. I need to turn down my own volume. There we go. I could hear myself. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining us on this very chilly morning, at least here in Iowa, and I know in many places across the country and around the world. We were lucky we haven't been hit with too much snow, but I know there are lots of people out there who are really feeling the cold this morning. So I hope that all of you find some warmth today. So welcome to 2025. We made it through New Year's. We're all here, right? Hopefully you've had a great holiday season and got all the new crochet hooks and yarn and all the other fun accessories that you could hope for. Um, we, of course, here at Moogly kicked off the new year strong. We finished up Moogly Crochet Along 2024. I did a whole separate live about that. And of course, we talked about 2025, which kicks off tomorrow officially. So the announcement post is up right now on mooglyblog.com. It's linked in today's post along with everything else I'll talk about today. And in that post, it does lay out everything: the schedule, the yarn, how much yarn you need, what kinds of yarn I recommend, what you can make with them, the hook sizes. Basically, I think after all these years, we've got everything covered in that post. But if I missed something, definitely ask in the comments. So that is up right now. And like I say, the first square will come out tomorrow. So I'm very excited about that. I can, if like I said, I did a whole separate live about it, but I will go ahead and show you my colors that I picked for the year. And they were picked with your help. Alrighty. Now I've already pulled one skein out of each of these because I've made the first couple of squares already. And like I say, you'll start seeing the first one tomorrow. But these are the colors. I'm going to try and show without spilling my coffee here. Here are the colors that I picked. And originally I hadn't included this corn silk, but I was doing the live and people said it needed the corn silk, and you guys were absolutely right. Now let's see. Yes, corn silk is the official color of this one. We were calling it goldenrod, but it does, that gold look. It really perks it up. And now that I've made the first couple squares, I'm really glad it's there. So I need to thank you guys for encouraging me to add the yellow to the lineup. So that's corn silk. I've got black. I'm going for a stained glass look this year, which you can kind of see. This is Merlot. The pinkier one up here is boysenberry, and then this is mallard. So these are all pulled from my stash. So I'm hoping that I have enough of each color. But now that I'm a couple squares in, I feel pretty confident. Oh, knocked those over, but I'll have to pick them up later. If anything, I feel like I might have to get another skein of the black, but I'm trying to use it, sort of really sparingly, make it last throughout the blanket. And like I say, I feel pretty good so far. So maybe one more skein of that needed, but otherwise, I've been doing some stash clearing out myself. So hopefully you guys will get to do that too. Let's see. So I'm just going to check and make sure. I'm worried something's gone wrong with the Facebook Live is not working today, so it's just us on YouTube today. Sorry about that. If you're watching this later, I don't know why we attempted to go live on Facebook. We thought we were live there as well. It didn't work. So I apologize. Looks like we are only live right now on YouTube. So that's okay. We're going to keep having fun here on YouTube. And the great thing about YouTube is it will stick around and we can all watch back later. And you can always leave comments in the actual comments as well as the chat. Leave them in the comments. I always try and come back and read them. I really do read all the comments that you guys leave on YouTube. All right. So what else? We've got the new crochet along going. New square will be out tomorrow. So very excited about that. I just showed you my colors. Those are all Red Heart with Love. It's a wonderful worsted Aran weight yarn, machine washable and dryable. It comes in a ton of colors. I have a bunch, which is why I'm doing some stash busting. But it's just such a great yarn for a project like this. It's also no dye lot, which is amazing, so that you can go back out and get more. If you're like me and you say, oh, you know what, I am going to need one more skein of that color, you can go ahead and get it without worrying about those colors being a good match. So thank you. I'm so glad you guys like the colors. It was a lot of fun trying to figure that out from my stash. So what else is happening? As I said, we kicked off the year officially here with 3 different crochet alongs. So after announcing Moogly Crochet Along 2025, which we all knew was coming, then the next next post I got to do, then we had New Year's Day, but then the next post was actually about our January crochet along that's happening on Moogly. And this one is just for this month. It has nothing to do with blankets. This is going to be a shawl crochet along. And in fact, on Monday, we had the first part of the pattern already come out. So part one is already up. And the great thing about this one is that we're releasing the right and left-handed video tutorials on the same day as each of those parts of the pattern. I've already made this pattern twice, and for those with eagle eyes, you might notice there's some slight differences in where the different stitches come in the two versions. I actually made the purple one while I was traveling through England. I was traveling on a bus, and my row counts got a little off. So when I made the second one with the tin and tan colorway, I was able to sit down and actually figure out a little more mathematically where I wanted those different breaks and the different sections to be. But it also goes to show, I think, that even if you make a mistake and make a few extra rows in one color, that's all right. It'll all work out, and I think it'll turn out beautifully. So for this crochet along, we are using Karen Colorama Halo. Let me get that right there. And this is Karen Colorama Halo Perfect Phasing. Now, I did see one person in the Moogly community group is using Karen Colorama Ogo. If you've still got some of that laying around, also a fantastic choice. But this is the new version, and it's got this perfect phasing label on it. And let me flip it over here so you can see. This comes in a wild variety of different colors, and right now, a lot of them are sold out, unfortunately. It's a beautiful yarn, but it's sold on yarnspirations.com. And you can see how it's got one color here and it gradually changes as it moves out. The beauty of this yarn, these colors aren't attached to each other in any way. They aren't tied together. This is one strand of yarn, one continuous gradient throughout. It is a gradual color change. And this ball makes it look like I'm telling tall tales. But when I hold up the other colorways here, I think you'll see it really is one strand of yarn. And that is one of the fun things about a one skein project like this. You finish your project, you've got two ends to weave in, and that's it, which, I love. So I'm going to go ahead and show you here. This is the Odds Are shawl. And this is the first one I made. Let me make sure I'm showing you the right side here. And it is an asymmetrical shawl. So I'm going to need to sit back just a little bit so you can see the whole thing here on camera, I think. Ooh, here it is. Can you hear me? Here it is. This is the Odds Are shawl. And this one, I started in the center with the darkest color right here. And then, let me get back up here so you can hear me. And then we gradually work. And as you grow, you can see it got lighter and lighter. And then it has this really lovely bit of border or edging. And we've got these great textured stitches throughout. And when I named this one, I wasn't thinking so much, like the odds are good or anything like that. What I was thinking about was sort of the fun of the math of this pattern. We use textured stitches, and we'd use those on every other row. For most of this pattern, the odd-numbered rows are all the same. Those are the rows that just have standard double crochet. But what's interesting about the textured stitches we're using is that they actually tend to pop out on the odd side rows. So like when you're working your odd side rows, your odd numbered rows, I should say, which are just the plain double crochet, you would think that would be the wrong side of the fabric because the other rows have the textured stitches. But both of these textured stitches really show themselves on the other side of the fabric. So all that to say, a lot of long-windedness to say, I just really liked how the stitch patterns work together, how the odd-numbered rows were like this steady force throughout, but it's also like where the other stitches got a chance to shine. And like I say, and then I thought about it and I was like, odd-numbered rows, odds are good. You're going to like this shawl. So it's the Odds Are shawl. So once again, here's the purple one. And it features a couple of different kinds of stitches. We've got some cross stitches right now. This one, like I say, the numbers on this one were a little different. So this one, we're probably to about here at this point. And then we've got 3 more weeks. We'll have 2 more sections of shawl, and then the last week will be the border rounds. So this shawl, I designed it, like I say, while I was in England, and I just really wanted to make something beautiful with one skein of this yarn. And I was thinking too about January and how we've all spent the past month crocheting and working and crafting and, cooking and everything for everybody else. And this is a great project that you can make for yourself. And because it's a crochet along and it's just one skein of yarn and it's broken up into these tiny little chunks each week, it's very easy to take that little bit of time for yourself. This is going to work up very quickly. And it is, like I say, just one skein of yarn, and it's a little treat that you can make for yourself this year. So here's the other one. And this one, here's also something I did on purpose. You can see a slight difference between the two. This one has been blocked, and this one has not. So I like to kind of leave things like that sometimes so you guys can see the difference. Say, okay, I don't think I need to block this one, or, ooh, I really can tell the difference. This one, I didn't notice too much of a difference, but it's subtle. It's there. If I was going to, be entering it in a fair or something like that, I would definitely block it out first. But this is one of the ones when I asked on, I think it was Instagram, I asked people what colors should I use to make this project. The purple and this one got the 2 most votes. So this is it. And I think this is even prettier worked up. Look at this one. Isn't that pretty? So I started from the center with this, I guess the tan color, but sort of the darker color. And then it just gradually, as you can see, it just gradually lightens up. There's no color break here. These colors aren't tied together. It's all one continuous strand. And this is genuinely, I can tell you right now, this is even prettier in person. It's not showing up properly on camera at all because these colors really are so lovely in person. But you can see I didn't block the border on this one, and it doesn't stand out quite as much. So that shows you, you can actually have really 2 different looks. If you like it better this way, don't block it out. This one has the edges blocked out, so you can see they really stand out a little bit more. So just a little demonstration there of the 2 different looks you can get with that. So one of the things I wanted to take some time to do with you guys today was show you how to wear these. Now I have an entire video tutorial, I guess, a whole video that I did, a whole live just about how to wear asymmetrical shawls. So I've linked that a couple places. I think I put it up on Facebook. It'll be up either later today or it's always on mooglyblog.com. But basically, you can, of course, wear them as a regular shawl across your shoulders. I don't see very many people, I'll be honest, when I go to yarn shows and things wearing their shawls like this, sometimes, but not as many. But you can absolutely wear them over your shoulders. You can attach them with, a shawl pin if you like, something pretty like that. Some people like to wear them that way. And then the other way I most typically see them worn is actually in front. So more like sort of a bandana type style. So the way I tend to do it is take the larger end here and just kind of drape it across my neck, bring the little end around, and then secure it right there with a shawl pin. And I think that's the way I tend to wear it most. So that when I took the pictures, I sort of laid them out this way, so you can see, and that is how I tend to wear them. And I find this is really comforting and warm, and it feels really secure. And I'm somebody who doesn't like to have my arms pinned down, so wearing the kind that drapes over my shoulders tends to make me feel a little too pinned down anyway. So I tend to wear them in this style. And I think in the video I might have even found some other ways to wear them, some other examples, but in all honesty, 9 times out of 10, let me step back a little bit so you can see, this is how I'm going to wear them. And it's such a great way. I tend to wear a lot of black clothing, so I love having shawls and pieces like this with a little bit of color, and it really changes up the outfit itself, and of course keeps you a little bit warmer in weather like this. I'm thinking I might leave this one on for a minute. Yeah, it's just, I think, a really lovely piece. And this one is, so this is the second one I made. This one has the color, the sections a little bit more accurate. And also this is one you'll see grow with us right along with the video tutorial. I actually made the video tutorial for each part since I'd been able to make the other one first. So we were able to follow along with this one. So it's a really lovely piece. Shouldn't matter if you're right or left-handed. If you're left-handed, it'll go the other way. But if you're left-handed, odds are, see what I did there? You might want to wear it the other way as well. And of course, if you just prefer to wear it the other way, it is completely reversible. Just pull it around the other way. There we go. So whatever makes you happy, whatever look you like, keep playing with it. Some people, probably just wrap them right up around their neck like a scarf, and you could tuck them all in if you want. It's a piece of cloth. Have fun with it. But like I say, it's a one skein pattern, and I've seen some really lovely examples people have made already of part 1. And it's just a tasty little kind of like a tasty little treat for yourself to make and work on all month. So I hope you guys will try that one out. So we announced that on Thursday. Part one of that came out on Monday. That was crochet along number 2. We're not done yet. Then on Friday, I came out with a new pattern called the Mimosa Crochet Cowl, and that one is part of the Gift Myself Crochet Along on Underground Crafter. So I'm not hosting this crochet along, but I was happy to be able to contribute a pattern to it. And I will show you that one now as well. Here it is. Let's see here. Yeah, this is, I always manage to hold it up upside down. Not that it really matters. You could really wear it either way, but you can see it's just a simple cowl worked in the round here. But I think it has this really lovely and fun stitch pattern that's made up of the center waistcoat, the center single crochet, aka the waistcoat stitch, and back loop only single crochet. So you can see right away how it's done. And I just did some random color changes. I did write them all out, so you can duplicate them, or you can use your own color changes, make it your own. But this is so warm and cozy. And let me hold this up one more time. I want you to notice how smooth these stitches are. Do you see? There's no fuzz here. I mean, I love fuzz, don't get me wrong. The last project I just held up is very intentionally fuzzy, but these are some smooth, smooth stitches. Can you guys see that? It's so smooth. It's so tight. This is, where'd it go? This is the new yarn Karen Simply Me. And I have fallen in love with this stuff. I've got another new project just hot off the hook. I'll show you here in a little bit. That's our sneak peek. But this is, it's so glary. And of course, the label is just light enough it doesn't want to show. You can kind of see it there. So it's Karen Simply Me. So you're probably familiar with Karen Simply Soft. This is Karen Simply Me. And it is very different. It is incredibly soft, I will say that. But this is a 5 bulky weight yarn. It has 225 meters, so 246 yards, and it is 62% acrylic, 20% nylon, and 18% wool. And let me tell you, that is a fantastic combination of fibers. With the acrylic content in this, it's going to be easy care. This is machine washable and dryable. Love that. Also, the nylon, 20% nylon, that combined with the acrylic, it is a strong yarn. I have been playing with this, rubbing it. I've made swatches with this yarn. I've rubbed it. I can't get fuzz to come up on this. It is a strong, strong yarn. You're going to want scissors to cut it. Don't try and break it with your hands. Then we've got this 18% wool. This gives it such a nice high-end look. Let me see if I can hold this up without hitting my head here on the microphone. And if the camera wants to focus. Okay, I wasn't sure if it would focus because of the red. But can you see, if you look really closely, let me get that as close as I can here. Look how tightly wound that ply is. Do you see? It's a tight, tight wind. This is the combination of fibers here and this plying method. This is going to be a yarn that I think will make heirloom pieces to last you a really long time. Things that you're going to want to go ahead and take your time with and really enjoy. And one of the lovely things about this yarn is that they did come out with 17 different colors, which is a huge amount of colors to come out with for a new yarn. I don't know if I have all of them, but I do have quite a few. So I'll hold up a few of them here. The cowl, I used this ruby color, and I think this is the lively mandarin. This is my partial ball here of the citrine. There's like 3 different blues, I think. Yes, here we are, 3 different blue shades. This one's purple. Okay, there's 2 purples. 2 purples, there we are. Maybe there was just 2 blues. But I know there's, I want to say 3 greens, which is crazy. Yes, 3 greens. Look at that. Look at this color selection. Isn't this amazing? This is phenomenal. There's browns. There's 2 different shades of brown. There's a cream. There's this color right here, which every time I look at it, I first think it's gray. But here's the gray. Look at that. They've got this steely gray and this true gray, if you will, which is amazing. Gosh, yeah, here's the ivory. There's, of course, a black yarn. Always important to have that. Here's one of the browns. I don't know. Yes, here's the other brown. 2 shades of brown, which I am loving right now. I actually have a project that, like I say, I just finished that uses these 3 right there. And then I think the only one I haven't shown you is there's also this really pretty pink. This one is called Pretty in Pink. Didn't do that on purpose. But yeah, really, I mean, that's a phenomenal. I don't even know if that was all of them. I feel like, yes, I knew there was another purple. 2 purples. I guess it was maybe just 2 blues. I thought there was another blue, but maybe not. Regardless, that is a huge, huge color selection. Just the fact there's an orange and a yellow, let alone 3 different shades of green. I am so, so, so impressed with this yarn. And so this is the cowl I've made. I'll go ahead and put it on. I am chilly enough down here in the basement today. I will happily try on everything I can. So, like I say, it doesn't really matter which way you wear it. It's up to you. But I just pop it right on. There we go. Nice and cozy warm. And this is not an itchy yarn. It has that 18% wool, and I'm somebody who can be very sensitive to that, especially around the neck. And this is fantastic. I'm not getting any sort of itchy feeling at all, genuinely. So you can wear it like this in the cold weather, pull it up a little bit warmer. If you wanted to pull it up over your ears. Let's see what happens to my hair today. You could definitely pull it up like this, wear it like this, keep yourself extra warm. It's just a really cozy piece. And, it's a very easy piece too. It's a stitch multiple of 2. So if you want to make it longer, if you want a bigger size, or if you want to make it smaller, you could do that. What else? You can make it as many rows as if you wanted to. If you wanted to make it really long, so it always sits up around your ears, you could do that too. I did use 3 skeins because there are 3 colors, but you could probably get one. You might have to skip 1 row, but you could probably get a whole one out of just 1 skein if you wanted to make it in a solid color as well. So this is just, I think, a really lovely piece. And I really enjoyed the way this stitch pattern, lost my focus. There we go. There it goes. Okay. I really enjoy the way this stitch pattern looks. It was the first time I'd used it. You can see it does have a seam in the back where we join. Can you see it? It's pretty good. It's pretty subtle, but it is there. If you've got a practiced eye, you might spot it. But one of the fun things about this particular stitch pattern, both the center single crochet and the back loop only single crochet tend to stay a little straighter than most other stitches, so you don't get that lean. So you've got a really nice straight seam, even though we're working in the round without turning. So that was really fun as well. Okay, so where are we at? All right, just checking the comments. Thank you guys. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, how is everybody doing under the weather today? I know it seems like just about every other person I know is sick. So I hope all of you are staying healthy. I've been taking a few extra vitamins myself. Okay, so we talked about Moogly Crochet Along is kicking off. That's going to last all year. The Odds Are Shawl Crochet Along has kicked off, and that's going to last just the month of January. But of course, the pattern will stay up on Moogly, so do not let it pressure you in any way. That's not the point. The point is to relax and enjoy it. So if you need to set it aside and come back in February, March, April, May, whenever it works for you, that's fine too. The pattern will still be there. Also, where did that come from? Over the holidays, I was obviously trying to spend a little bit of time with family, but we did release a couple of patterns on Moogly that were previously paid only. The Grapey Goodness wine bag, which I gave away ages ago, but I did manage to dig up. I still had the Autumn Blooms kitchen set laying around somehow. Sometimes when I make so many things, they kind of end up in a little box, and I was able to dig these out. These I originally designed for I Like Crochet magazine. In fact, both patterns were originally in I Like Crochet magazine, but I decided to go ahead and put these up for free. This is the Autumn Blooms dish towel, which really does not want to focus today. There it goes. The Autumn Blooms dish towel. So it's got this really just pretty detail down here, and then there is a matching washcloth right here. So I know it was a strange time of year to put up something called Autumn Blooms, but you could, of course, make these in any colors, over the holidays. I think this would really be really pretty in white with a stripe of red. You could reverse that here, green, make it, Valentine's Day, also pink and red or pink and white. You could have a lot of fun with it. This is made, originally I made it with a Bernat Handicrafter that is no longer made, but worsted weight cotton. Bernat Handicrafter, Lily Sugar and Cream, both always excellent options for kitchen items like this. So that pattern is up for, or I should say pattern up, set rather, and the Great Big Goodness one are both up for free now on mooglyblog.com. So those were just a couple of little extra things we could do over the holidays. So then we've got giveaways going on, and we've kicked off the year with 2 giveaways so far, and I've got lots more lined up, but there is a yarn giveaway going on right now for Karen Simply Me. So if you want to get some of this, give it a try for yourself. We've got a giveaway going on right now. There's a lot more information about this yarn in the giveaway, links to the free patterns that are up on your inspirations, as well as the cowl, and a sneak peek of what I'm going to show you here. I've got another pattern in this yarn coming out later this month. So you'll definitely want to enter this giveaway on Moogly. It is open to the US and Canada only in terms of shipping addresses right now. If you live somewhere else and have a P.O. box in one of those countries, I'll take it. But this is due to shipping regulations. Spinrite is out of Canada, and there are so many rules and regulations around giveaways and things like that. That's just how it needs to be right now. Okay, so that is happening right now. That's very exciting. And then this one, don't get me wrong, I'm very excited about the yarn, but this is really exciting too. It was this past Friday. I was one of the very lucky people to be able to stand in line for an hour and a half to see the Jim Henson exhibit before it left Peoria, Illinois. It was there at, I believe, the Peoria Riverfront Museum. They'd had the exhibit for a little while, and I believe it is now heading overseas. So it was a long line to get in, and there were lots of people wearing some fantastic outfits and carrying Muppets of their own. It was really amazing, but it was extra special because I knew that on Tuesday, I was going to get to share this giveaway with you guys right here. This is the Muppets' very first officially sanctioned crochet book. It is their official crochet amigurumi book. It's been written by Drew Hill. He's got another book whose name escapes me at the moment. I apologize, Drew, but I've linked it in the post about this one. And this includes patterns to make 16 different Muppets. It is hardcover. It is a big beast of a book, and it is incredibly high quality. It's actually one of the things I noticed right away with this. These are this is nice, thick, glossy pages. Like this is a book that even if you don't make any of the projects, you're going to love having it on your shelf because the kids are going to page through it and it's going to hold up to it. When this arrived, this is the first time I've gotten a crochet book that my kids went crazy for. They're pretty blasé about all the crochet stuff around here after all these years. But let me tell you, this showed up and they all got excited. So I'm just flipping. There's one page right here in the front that shows all of the Muppets inside. If I can get it to not completely glare. There we go. Look at that. All of these Muppets are included. There's Scooter, Kermit, Animal, Fozzie, Gonzo, Beaker, Honeydew, Rizzo, Pepe. Pepe, there he is. He's been, of course, and if you're on TikTok, Pepe has been quite the sensation lately himself. Rolf, Miss Piggy, of course, the Swedish Chef, the Manama guys. They have a name I can never remember. But all of these, Sam the Eagle, can't forget him, Camilla, all of these are included in the book. And let me just show you some of the pages here. So there, if it wants to focus, there we are, is our page on Kermit the Frog. So you can see there's yarn information. I paged through the book, and it looks like pretty much all of them, with the exception of a couple little bits used for details, looks like pretty much all of them are made with worsted weight yarns. So that's that makes it a little easier. So you can use really, and it's a variety of worsted weight yarns too, all acrylics. So whatever your favorite one is, Red Heart Super Saver would be absolutely perfect. Or if you've got some bits of Red Heart with Love or Karen 1 pound left over after the Moogly Crochet Alongs after a few years, throw those in there too. Really, really well-written instructions, but they are written, I would say, primarily in amigurumi style. So a little bit more abbreviated sometimes than you might see in a sweater pattern, for instance. But they, there's extra information too. He isn't just, leaving you kind of in the wind to figure out how it goes together. There's more information, about assembly as well. Now, in addition to the yarn, and it looks like usually it uses an F hook, so a 3.75 millimeter crochet hook. Sometimes you need things like safety eyes or felt, and of course stuffing. Gotta stuff the amigurumi. There's Rolf. Isn't he great? But yeah, so it was kind of amazing. I thought about bringing this book with me to the museum. I'm glad I didn't because I ended up standing in line for an hour and a half, and this is a heavy book. But it was really incredible to see the animals and all the different Muppets and things, and learn more about Jim Henson. Not all the Muppets were there, of course, but absolutely amazing. There's that guy, Animal. Yes, let me find Animal because the animal is pretty incredible. And what I really like I say, she mostly uses regular yarns and things. She uses oh, what's the word? I'll see it when I get to Animal here. Like a pet brush yes, that's the word, a pet brush, like a pet brush type thing to fuzz up the yarn. Oh, Animal, where'd you go? There he is. There's a full page picture of Animal. Isn't that amazing? Just the attention, the level of detail, the jacket, the cuffs, the chain, everything, all those little teeth. Looks like there's a little felt tongue in there and some safety eyes. But otherwise, that looks to be all yarn. We can page back here. Yeah, it's all yarn with, so for example, for Animal, you would need 8mm black plastic safety eyes, red felt for the tongue, polyester stuffing, tapestry needle, which is going to be for everything, removable stitch markers, always a good idea, and then a hot glue gun, of course. But there's one more picture of Animal. Isn't he great? That's so awesome. So yeah, it was just such a fun coincidence that I got to go see that show at the same time. But this is now a giveaway happening on mooglyblog.com. So you can enter in the form on the blog if you want to enter to win this one. It will end, I want to say February 4th. Don't hold me to it, but early February 2025, this one will be over. But even when the giveaway is over, visit the post, take a peek inside, and there will be links where you can buy it. So I always leave the giveaways up for that reason, because they're also reviews and they've got links. So I want people to be able to find the book even after the giveaway is over. So those are the two giveaways we have going on right now. We've got a book and we've got a yarn giveaway. So that's very exciting. And I've got a sneak peek for you, but I think we'll finish with that. So one more thing, sip of coffee. There we are. Good morning. Thanks, you guys. So yeah, one more thing before I show you my next project, which desperately needs a name. That's just it. I need you guys to go into the comments when this video is over and suggest names for this next piece because my brain is not naming it. But before we get to that, I did want to tell you that January 17th through the 19th, I will be at VKL, Vogue Knitting Live in New York, VKL 2025. Fashion, crochet, knitting, I'm excited. I can't wait. I haven't been to VKL in several years. I haven't been to New York in several years, so I'm excited to go back and see what's new and see what's changed. I will be doing a couple different events while I'm there. There is the Friday night game night. I will be one of your MCs helping to host. We're going to be doing bingo and games. There will be cocktails. There will be community, a great place to visit. You don't have to be super extroverted. If you enjoy playing board games or playing games or hanging out, bring your crochet, hang out. It's going to be a super fun night. Then on Saturday, I am going to be hosting or emceeing, I guess I should say, the Go Sadie Runway Fashion Show. So both of these events are sponsored by Go Sadie, as well as some other sponsors there at VKL. But yes, I will be the MC for the fashion show. So I need to practice all my yarn name pronunciations as well as people name pronunciations to make sure I do a good job. But I will be sort of saying, what goes down the runway. So I'm really excited about that as well. It's going to be fantastic to have a very upfront view of what is trending for 2025 in knit and crochet at Vogue. So I hope if you are at Vogue Knitting Live, you'll join us for both of those, either or, whatever you can attend. It would be amazing. And if you see me on the floor, stop me and say hi. Show me what you're wearing. I would love to chat. It's always great to be able to go to events where there are people there who, crochet and knit as a hobby, not necessarily as their job. Most of the events I go to end up being things where it's other professionals. So I'm really excited to get a chance to talk to you guys and have you show me what you're working on and talk about what you want to see from Moogly coming up in the coming years as well. I would love to hear it. So thank you. Okay, so I think that is, oh, wait, there's one more thing. Sorry, I almost forgot. I made a little note to myself and I almost missed it. I can't believe I almost forgot it. I am super excited. The Craft Tours tour information is up for both Scotland in September and Austria and Bavaria in December. We will be going to both of those places this fall, this winter, whatever you want to call it, if you guys come. I need people to sign up. I need people to come with me. I will be leading 2 crochet workshops on each one. In Scotland, we're going to be traveling around the country, seeing beautiful places that I'll probably mispronounce. I'm already mispronouncing them. My husband, Jeff, keeps telling me, not that way. You got to say it the Scottish way. But yeah, so we're going to be traveling around Scotland. Any Outlander fans? I kept saying Highlander, not Highlander, Outlander. Any Outlander fans or Highlander fans? I think Outlander fans are going to be very pleased. There's going to be a cooking class, I believe it is. No, wait, the cooking class is in Germany. Sorry. There's some sort of class. I don't remember what we're doing now, but it looks exciting. I just saw the pages yesterday, so I haven't even taken it all in myself. But I'm super excited. We're going to go, like I say, September, Scotland. It's going to be gorgeous. Then December is Austria and Bavaria, and it is the first half of December. I'm not going to take you right before Christmas. We come back, I believe it is the 15th, and that one is going to be visiting all those Christmas markets. I'll do some crochet with you guys as well, but we're going to be visiting all those beautiful Christmas markets in Austria and Bavaria. So Austria and Germany, 2 countries, 1 trip. I am absolutely thrilled. I am at, I want to say, day 332 on my Duolingo for German. So I can, I think, complain about the neighbors being too noisy now, but I'm not sure how handy it'll be. But I'm super excited for both of these trips. So I very much hope you will join me. We had an amazing time in England last year and in Ireland the year before that. You can look at the blog to see more information if you'd like about the trips we've had previously. But the information is finally available on Craft Tours. Sign up is happening now. And right now, and I don't know when this ends because they don't tell me, right now there are early bird discounts available as well. So there is a big, nice change, a chunk of change you can save if you sign up right away. Otherwise, we'll have sales up for a little while, but when you're doing a big trip like this, ticket sales do have to end several months before you leave. So right now is the time to make those plans. Grab your friends, grab your spouse. You don't have to knit or crochet to come on this trip. We've had people bring friends and spouses who don't do either one and are just there along for the ride and seeing all the amazing sights and things. Skip the workshop. If that husband, that friend doesn't want to come to the crochet workshop, that's fine. Go explore the city wherever we are. And it is just going to be an amazing, such a fun time. Both trips, I have made friends that, I still hold close to my heart. And I really hope that you'll be able to join us on some of our trips this year. So please do check that out. crafttours.com. If you go to the crochet section, you'll see both trips with me. And of course, I have linked those in today's post as well. If I haven't, I'll definitely go back and do it after this. So now, with all that said, I will show you the project that is hot off my hook. And you guys can tell me what you think I should call it. Now, I already told you I used the Caron Simply Me, and I used those 2 colors of brown and the Aran. They're the cream color. I don't remember what they call it, Aran or cream, one or the other. And I put them together, and this is the same stitch pattern, actually, that I used when I made the well-dressed dog coat and cowl, which were really popular, so I wanted to revisit it again and be able to make a better video tutorial for it this time as well. I haven't woven the ends in yet, but you can see right here, and there's just that bit of sheen from that yarn, but look at the stitch definition. I love these 2 colors of brown and this cream together. I will admit, I'm one of those people, when I first saw the Pantone color of the year for 2025, I wasn't super excited, but I said, let's work with it. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what happens. And then Caron Simply Me, immediately came out with these 2 gorgeous shades of brown. And I thought, well, this is starting to appeal to me. So I started playing with them and with this stitch, and I came up with this wrap. So let me show it to you. I'm going to pull back my chair a little bit. So this is the wrap. It's a simple rectangle wrap. It's got a little bit of detailing on the ends here, which you'll see in the written pattern and in the video tutorial. But it is 4 skeins of yarn. 2 of the darker color. I needed just a little bit more. I just ran out because of the border, but I wanted to keep it as close to 1 skein of each color as possible. I like to make it easy for you guys. I don't want you to have to buy a ton of extra yarn. So it was 1 skein of the white, 1 skein of the lighter brown, and then 2 skeins of the darker brown. But it is a pretty simple rectangular wrap, so you can wear it a variety of ways. You can, of course, wear it as a scarf. You can wear it wrapped around you as a shawl. You can, if you want to, it's just long enough. Like I say, I wanted to maximize what we could do with the yarn without, having to buy super multiple skeins or extra yarn. You can see it's just long enough to wrap around as a big cozy scarf. So let me pull that chair back up here. So what I like about this size is, like I say, that I used just 1 skein of the 2 other colors. Did have to go over on that third color. But I like that there's different ways to wear this because I talked a little bit about I don't like feeling too constricted. And so this gives me some options there. But also, if you are somebody who's living in one of these cold places right now, you may get someplace where you want to have a warm wrap that you can wrap around yourself, a little wearable blanket, but then you're going to have to leave, right? You're going to put your coat on. What are you going to do with your wrap? Are you going to bring a whole bag to shove it into? And then you've got a scarf and wear it as your scarf. Put it on as your scarf when you get there, unwind it, and now it's a wrap. It sounds really silly and kind of maybe kind of obvious, but to me, this is, the things I like to think about. I like the pieces I make to be multifunctional when appropriate. And I think that this one it's just a really nice size. I want to say, I get myself caught up in it. I want to say I haven't measured it yet, but I think it's about 18 to 20 inches wide. Somewhere in there was my goal. And then, like I say, I'm going to have to measure the length because I just wanted to maximize what we could do with the yarn while leaving a little bit of each skein to make sure that, you end up with the same amount of yarn in your skeins. So we do have a little bit of extra of the brown left over. So if you wanted to use this to add some color to your cowl, you could do that. And of course, you'll use whatever colors you like. You don't have to use brown or white. That's just what I used. And then I wanted to show you, I did leave a little bit extra of the white and the lighter brown. So I always like to leave a little extra left over on the skein because skeins are sold, yarn skeins are sold by weight. There's the average amount of length that should be in that weight, but it can vary by a couple of yards. So I never want to take it right to the line because I want to make sure that you guys have a good experience when you make yours as well. And I know how frustrating it is to play that yarn chicken and come up 6 inches short right at the end. So we do have to break out that second skein of the dark brown, but it's such a lovely yarn and you've got quite a bit left of that skein. So you should be able to find a project to make with it as well. So let's see, we've got a couple comments here I wanted to check out. Hi, Sue Ann. Thank you for tuning in. Lynn came with us on our trip to England and it was so much fun. So she can tell you all about that. Lynn says, I have signed up for Scotland, but not sure about Austria. I've always wanted to see this Christmas markets, but 2 in 1 year might be too much. And I hear ya. Hopefully we'll get to make more trips back there. We'll see. As far as that goes, I'm honestly as much along for the ride as you guys are. But I'm excited about it. And I'm excited to get to see you again, Lynn. So thank you. I'm excited you're coming with us to Scotland. So Mom with Phone says, I would call that the Rocky Road wrap. Ooh, and Julia loves it. I do too. I actually love that a lot. I am going to write that down right now. Rocky Road wrap. I really love that. Now, if anybody's got any great ideas, definitely still leave those in the comments too. Might use them for other things because this brain is out of ideas for pattern names sometimes. And let's see, Mom with Phone suggested that. Thank you. I love that. Yeah, that is a great name. Rocky Road wrap. Ooh, that sounds so yummy. Such a great treat. I love it. Thank you. This has been great. I'm loving doing these lives with you guys this year. You've helped me pick out my crochet along colors and given me my name for my next pattern. That will be out here in just a couple weeks after I get back from Vogue. Got to get through that first. Very excited. Going to be a big weekend. Like I say, when I'm not doing those things, I will probably be out on the show floor. So come say hi if you see me. I would love to chat. I'm not scary. I promise. I might be busy, but I'm not scary. And I would love to say hi. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. This has been a very productive live for me as well. And I hope you've enjoyed it. And I hope you'll check out all those links on Moogly today for all the stuff we've talked about. And if you get a chance, sign up for one of those trips. I'd really love to take you with us. It is such an adventure. You can see we've got people coming back for more. So it's going to be a fantastic time. Otherwise, I will hopefully see you at Vogue. And if not, I will see you at our next live here in about 2 weeks. Have a great day, everybody.